Where did you grow up?
I grew up right here in Horn Lake, as everyone else would know it, DV, DeSoto Village, and went to elementary, middle school, and high school here.
Tell us about your family.
First off, my family is a very beautiful family. My wife of 15 years, my son, he's now in college in his first year, and my daughters are 11 and 13.
Tell us about your years in high school.
Man, some of them, just my years in high school were so memorable. You know, they were full of experiences that drove me to be here to this day. Always thought about the program, always was into it with sports and just being a great man out here in this community. It was awesome. Just to experience the things I did with my fellow student athletes. It's too funny. So I'm in the weight room, and it's the seated squat machine, and I'm leaning back, and I have about 3 or 4 plates on each side, and just gravity just pushed straight down on my chest. My knees are to my chest, and I'm just yelling and asking people to come get this weight off me. Oh my goodness, it was so awesome and so funny. Once it got off me, everybody started laughing when they knew I was okay, and they never let it down. And they were always like, "That's Jackson's machine right there. Don't touch that machine. That's Jackson's." And so it was always funny from that point on. And
what was a pivotal moment in your teenage years?
I would say my sophomore year going into my junior year. That was the year when I fully committed myself to getting better at the game of football and getting better academically.
What jobs did you have in high school?
Okay, well, when you talk about jobs outside the school, I worked at IHOP. That was my very first job. It was on my birthday. I started that very same day, so when I filled out the application, I started that day and was washing dishes the first day on my birthday. So it was a great experience. It taught me hard work and dedication and earning what I wanted.
Tell us about your college experience.
I have one of the greatest and most adverse college experience. Coming in as a true freshman and starting and sharing time with a 3-year starter was amazing. I felt like I was on top of the world. Nothing could, stop that shine and hold me back. But that's when I met my adverse situation. Going into my second year at the University of Nebraska, I tore my labrum in my right shoulder and came back that spring and tore my left labrum. So I tore the right one first and tore the left one, and I ran into some academic problems, and it was just a situation where I'm down bad in football and I'm down bad at school, and it was then I kind of sat back and had a great talk with myself, a great discussion with myself to just reevaluate everything. And a lot of people may think it's funny, but that was the very first time I got academic honor roll in anything, whether it was high school or college. And that was a proud moment for me, because I knew at that moment I can do anything in life. I came back my junior year. I was 4th on the depth chart my junior year. Contemplated leaving the University of Nebraska, but I stuck it out. I bust my behind, did everything the coaches told me to do, went above and beyond to make sure that I did everything possible in my own mind to get that playing time. And I started the season, and that's when I foregone my senior year and got drafted to the Green Bay Packers in the 2nd round.
How did you choose the college you attended?
Well, once again, it was a situation where a lot of teams didn't know if I was gonna be academically eligible. They were waiting on ACT scores, and it goes back to that pivotal moment that we talked about earlier, where my sophomore year, where I was trying to get my academics right, get my mind right for sports. It caught up with me, and I had all teams over the SEC, the Big Ten, or as it is now, the Big 12, and just all over, man. I had tons of offers, and those offers started to get rescinded because I got my ACT late. And it was a great man by the name of John Blake that was at Mississippi State that recruited me. He stayed with me, he stuck with me. And it was then when he left Mississippi State to go to the University of Nebraska, I felt that it was only right because this man stuck with me. He encouraged me. He was making sure he talked to the teachers to make sure I was doing everything possible to stay eligible and get my ACT. And that was one of the main reasons why I chose Nebraska, because just the commitment they had with sticking with me.
How did you choose your future profession? Did you always plan on being a teacher?
No, I did not plan on being a teacher. No, I did not plan on being a coach for that aspect. I saw how my career was going and the motivation that I received as a student athlete through college in the NFL. And it was amazing how impactful these men were in my life. And you know, winning a Super Bowl, winning the conference championships, playing on that level, I wanted to make sure that I gave back to my community, gave back to these young men. And I felt the best way I could was by being a coach. And, you know, with that comes the teacher role. And I feel like I'm doing a great job in the classroom where I am. And it's only going to get better from here because I'm sharpening my tools. I have people, the right support around me to continue to motivate me and push me and help evolve my teaching skills.
What's something outside of school that you're passionate about?
This community. The community is of the very most importance to me. How these young men and young ladies maneuver, how they succeed in life. I feel a need, a want, a responsibility to make sure that these young men and young ladies achieve greatness.
Tell us something you always dreamed about, something on your bucket list.
That's a tough one because I'm really achieving all that it is that I set out to do and I set out to be. I've always been the type of man that set goals, a 5-year goal and a 10-year goal. And I can really say I'm doing a great job of crushing that. Every couple years I'll have to go back and reevaluate my goals. But being here, being the head coach, being a leader of this school and of this football team and of this community is one that's on that bucket list that I can have an honor of scratching off. Winning a Super Bowl is another thing that was on that bucket list. Being a great man of God is on that bucket list. Being a great husband, a great provider, a great father is another thing that's on that bucket list. Growing up without a father, you know, you run into those social norms. Will I be able to be a great man for my wife and my children? And I feel like I'm achieving that. But one thing that's on my bucket list that I do want to do is go out of the country. I've never been out the country. I've always been nervous of leaving the country. Where do I want to go? I don't know. But I do one day want to venture outside the United States.
What's something students might not know about you?
I am a humble man. I don't know. I can imitate almost anyone, but I have to do it off cuff. I can't, you can't do it on command. That's just one of the goofy sides about me. I'm very passionate and very I'm just a humble guy, and I just love to do what I'm doing, and you'll see that my time here at Horn Lake.
What is something that you love about this school?
Something I love about this school, and it also just involves the community, is just the love and the passion and the effort that this school gives to one another. Growing up in middle school, elementary, and high school with the friends that I still talk to this day is something that I love about this school and this community. Walking the halls and seeing teachers that taught me, seeing young men and young ladies that went to school with me, our principal that went to school with a lot of my family members. It's a community base, and it's one of those things where it takes a village to raise a family, to raise these young men and women. And that's what I want to bring. I want to bring that oneness, that togetherness, passion, effort, energy. And when you sum that all up, to me, that just equals pride. Just being proud and happy and living out an example, for Horn Lake and this community. I felt like I've done that in my lifetime, but now it's time to get to work, show these young men how to maneuver in life, how to be young, great, successful men out here in this world, whether it's in football or just in life in general. I can't wait to lead this school and this football team to victory and in success.